Welcome, adventure to the world of Maddog Williams, world of castles and kings, great dragons and lovely princesses. Come sit with me for a while, rest from your weary travels, and I will tell you a tale. This is a story filled with both good and evil, for you see, many years ago there was a king. This king, who was named Serak, was seduced by the power of the dark god Malthazan. He became an evil and powerful man. For many years he ruled with blood and horror from his dark fortress atop the Corbala Mountains. One day a man named Sir Robert Thaylor, a cousin to the wicked Serak, decided the time had come to end the Dark King's evil rule. He gathered together a secret army and trained them in the art of war. In the land were white wizards who practiced the magic of truth and light. Thaylor gathered these wizards together and enlisted them in his noble cause. They planned for many months, developing strategies and making weapons. When the preparations were complete, Thaylor took his men across the plains of Gilgarath to the foot of the Corbala Mountains, which was capitalized last time, but isn't capitalized this time. There they engaged in a battle against the armies of Serak. The fighting was fierce, even though it looked like lightning and leers. And the battle for good and evil raged for many days. The powers of Malthazar were pitted against the power and will of the White Wizards. Many good men lost their lives in the conflict, but Thaylor's army prevailed and drove the army of Serak into the wilderness. They then stormed the castle and captured Serak. The White Wizards cast Serak into an ancient enchanted cell, banishing him for eternity. They always think it's eternity, but it never is. As the portal slowly closed, Serak's voice echoed through the castle. But by all that is evil, and in the name of Malthazar, I shall return and wreak my vengeance upon this land. I see where this is going. The dark castle of Serak was left in ruin as a reminder of the evil that had once enveloped the land. The people of the land had made Thaylor their king, and the kingdom prospered. After several years of peace and prosperity, there was born to King Thaylor and his queen, a daughter whom they call Leoria. Leoria. Is that 4 syllables? Leoria. Maybe? Times were good for the people of Duridian. And Marinor. No longer opposed, many men began to travel to far lands seeking adventure and riches. One of the most adventurous of these men was Sir Walter Williams of Marinor. Sir Walter traveled to all the known lands to meet with kings and princes. He traveled through dangerous waters just to watch the sunset over the bay of Baldagorg. That's an O-R-G. What the heck? And swim with the mermaids of... I feel like they made some of these words intentionally ridiculous. Karish. While Sir Walter roamed the world, why do they have to make words weird? Like, to make them sound like they're, historical. You can't have a city called Bobville or anything like that. It's got to be Baldorog. While Sir Walter, I guess his name is Sir Walter at least. Sir Walter roamed the world. His wife stayed behind and raised their son, whom they named Michael. There you go, Michael. Michael Williams grew up a bright and inventive boy, always tinkering and inventing new things. As Michael grew into adulthood, he found he had a passion for history and began collecting items objects from times gone by. Some days, Michael would sit on the rocks by the beach and watch for his father's return. He was always anxious to hear the stories like father had to tell. Michael would listen with interest and longing to all of his father's adventures. When he would ask if he could accompany his father, the answer was always, "When you are a man, then you may come." One day, while his father was away, young Michael ventured into the Lost Tavern. Pulling up a chair, he sat down amongst his father's friends. "Begone, you young pup! This is a place for men," one grizzled old sailor said. "Today is my 18th birthday, so today I am a man," Michael said. "Bah," the sailor said. "You aren't a man until you can outdrink me. Barkeep, bring us 2 tankards of your foulest ale." Soon 2 foaming mugs of ale were placed before them. "If you can finish that ale before me, then you can call yourself a man." The old sailor grabbed his mug, lifting it to his lips, and he began to gulp down the ale. Yeah, this is a great test. Michael, accepting the challenge, raised the mug, threw back his head, and poured the ale down his throat as fast as lightning, and slammed his empty mug on the table. The old sailor choked, spewing ale all down his front. Looking at the ale dripping from Michael's face, the old sailor said, "With all that foam on your face, young man, you look like a mad dog." The pub erupted with laughter. Wiping his face, Michael stood with pride and walked out the pub, the men still laughing behind him. Henceforth, Michael Williams was known as Maddog Williams. He has borne that name since. Mad Dog's father shook with laughter as Mad Dog told his experience in the pub. Slapping his son in the back, Sir Walter said, "When I leave next spring, you may accompany me." Mad Dog, filled with excitement and anticipation, looked forward to the following spring. The following week, Mad Dog's father took him to the weaponsmith in Sidra, where Sir Walter purchased the finest sword and presented it to his son. During the following months, Mad Dog's father taught him the art of swordplay. Mad Dog practiced many hours and became a great swordsman. The winter that year was harsh. One day in late winter, while Mad Dog and his father were chopping wood, Marinor was attacked by a group of pirates. The men of the village came to defend their families against the raiding pirates. The fighting was fierce, and much blood flowed that day. Mad Dog and his father entered the battle, fight side by side, but as the battle wore on, Sir Williams and Mad Dog were separated. When the battle was done and the pirates were driven from the village, Mad Dog went in search of his father. As Mad Dog rounded one of the buildings, he saw his father sitting against the wall, clutching his stomach in blood, as blood ran down the large gash in Sir William's belly. Mad Dog rushed to his father's side. Sir Walter looked up at his son and said, "I'm not much longer for this world. Take care of your mother. I'm very proud of you." Sir Walter gasped as his body was wrecked in pain. Grasping Mad Dog's shoulder, Sir Walter died. Mad Dog was heartbroken. After they were buried Sir Walter, Mad Dog sat upon the rocks where he had, in past times, waited for his father's return, and looked out over the ocean. Mad Dog's mind was filled with memories of sitting by the fire and listening to his father's tales. That spring, Mad Dog boarded the ship and set forth without his father on his finest adventure. Mad Dog traveled to far lands and collected treasure and artifacts. Many times, Mad Dog and his companions had to fight off pirates and outrun sea monsters. They fought against the Navarral in the island of Willakarik and procured the stone of Gorak. After several years of traveling the world, Mad Dog decided it was time to settle down. He returned to the village of Marinor, built himself a house, and opened a shop. He dealt in rare and precious objects. Unknown to Mad Dog and the residents of Marinor, it was the evil blight. Slowly enveloped the land. King Thaylor and his daughter had not been seen for weeks, and rumors abound that the vile and evil Serak had escaped his enchanted cell. I told you that's where it was going. The People of Sidra were living in fear of Serak's vengeance. So it was the one day Mad Dog awoke and found himself thrust into the midst of the evil and treachery. You, brave adventurer, have been sent as a guide and mentor to Mad Dog Williams. Together you would travel as Mad Dog learns of the evil swiftly approaching his quiet village. If the two of you fail to stop the spreading evil, the world will be plunged into an everlasting darkness and despair. Go forth, adventure, and meet your destiny. Well, there you go. We got an intro disc, backup, install, Mad Dog. Those are the look. You can back up your game discs. Woo! Welcome, adventurer, to the world of Mad Dog Williams, a world of castles and kings of great. Wait, oh man, they're gonna redo the thing I read. They're redoing the intro that I read. I read the whole thing. We already know this. This is the lore we already know. Many years ago, the lands known as Duridian, there was a kind and gracious king named Serak. The kingdom of Duridian stretched from the great northern deserts as far as the valley of Marinor to the south. Hey Drew, thanks for the follow. It is the land wrapped in legend and lore, a land filled with many magical and mystical creatures. This is different than what we read in the book. Wow, this is some art here. This is somewhat unique in the art world. Yes, you did pick this. It was a while back, but you picked it. King Serak ruled the lands of Duridian from the great city known as Sidra by the sea. Is that Sidra? Maybe Sidra, because it's like Hydra, but with a C. Or S, Sidra by the sea. Hey, it's king. Many ships from the distant ports sought out refuge and rest in the quiet harbors of Duridian. The stone spires of Sidra were a sign of peace and good to all that saw them. Yeah, it was your fault, which is fine. I want to play every single graphical PC adventure game ever made, and this happens to be one of them. The people of Duridian hailed their king and spoke his name with respect and honor. In return, Serak would protect them from the thieving pirates to the east and the barbarians of Corbola. It's not Cobra, it's Corbala to the west. Then one dark day, the high priest of the evil demon god, Malthazar, began to influence Serak's mind with his sorcery, and in time turning the loving king to a life of corruption. So we're basically why did they give me this story in the manual and then repeat it at the beginning? I find that odd. I felt like I had to read it to understand the lore, but apparently I didn't. Serak enslaved the people of the land and forced the men of Duridian to build a new castle far to the west atop the Corbala Mountains. He named this new fortress the Castle of Duridian, and for miles around he burned and ravages the lands. To this day, those lands are still called the Desolation of Serak. As the years passed, Serak became more and more corrupted by the powers of Malthazar. He lived an evil life and, for many years, ruled his people with blood and terror. Yeah, I know we're not playing the game yet. This is like the intro. There's no playing going on. Most of the peasants were forced out of their homes and into the life of poverty and sickness. During his reign, many of Serak's men tried to rebel against him, only to end up as food for the creatures of the dungeon. Often Serak would choose young maidens from among his people. They were torn from their families and sacrificed to the evil god Malthazar. This artwork is unique. One man, Sir Robert Thaylor, dared to stand against the power of Serak. In secret, he gathered together an army of men and trained them in the art of war. Hey, Jaddlers. In a small, secluded cottage, Thaylor and a few of his best men spent many nights planning the attack upon Serak and his evil army. Thaylor's armies gathered in the forest south of the castle of Duridian. There they waited in darkness for the first sign of dawn. Ooh, look at this map. Christmas is good. And Merry Christmas to you. The White Wizards of the North joined Thaylor, and with his army marched across the great desolation of Serak to vanquish the evil king and restore peace to the land. Wow, look at him go. The battle between good and evil ravaged for days. Many good lives were lost in the rebellion, but in the end the armies of Thaylor defeated Serak, scattered his men into the desolate wilderness. In time, Thaylor's men captured the evil king Serak. He was taken to the castle of Duridian, where the White Wizards cast him into an enchanted cell to live forever in eternal banishment. The once great castle of Duridian was left in ruin as a remainder of the evil that once ruled there. As a reminder of the evil that once ruled there. You know, you should have just torn down the castle and just wrecked it. Like, when Thaylor returned from the battle, the township of Sidra celebrated their victory over Serak. The people of Duridian hailed Sir Robert Thaylor and chose him to be their new king. King Thaylor vowed to restore the kingdom of Duridian to its good and prosperous state. Once again, Sidra by the sea was the beacon of hope and prosperity. 20 years have passed, and the kingdom of Duridian has lived in peace. New townships were built among the coast of Duridian and the Duridian, not Duridian, Duridian. And the battle against Serak is just a memory of the tired minds of old warriors. King Thaylor kept his vow and has ruled the kingdom for many years with a kind and gentle hand. For many years the kingdom grew. Sidra by the sea again is a good and prosperous city. King Thaylor finally married, and after satisfying his thirst for adventure, with his wife by his side, they raised their own daughter, whom they named Leoria. Leoria. I like how they don't even mention his wife. Like, his wife. Whatever her name is. Princess Leoria grew up in a peaceful land, never knowing the evil that her father had faced, except in the stories he would sometimes tell. Uh-oh. But alas, the peaceful calm of the kingdom has been shattered. Once again, the evil name of Serak was worshipped in fear among the people. Rumors abound that he has escaped his enchanted cell in the castle of Duridian and has now captured the good King Thaylor and his beautiful daughter, Leoria. This wasn't in the manual. Was it? You have been sent to Marinor as a mentor and friend to Maddog Williams, an inventor by trade and a lover of antiques. It is your mission to aid Maddog in ridding the world of the evil that is spreading on this once quiet land. Only those of honest heart and noble spirit may journey beyond the borders of Marinor. I, being the guardian of this world, will ask you 3 questions found in the map of the lands of Duridian. Only those who can answer them correctly will be permitted into the mystical and dangerous lands beyond the borders of the quiet valley that is Maddog's home. Remember these words. If the 2 of you should fail, the lands of Duridian and Marinor will be plunged into an everlasting darkness ruled by the evil King Serak. Now go forth, great adventure, and meet your destiny. How do we save? Oh, there it is. Well, that's a weird save screen. Holy crap-a-ronies. I don't want to restore. I want to save. Apparently that's... The quiet sound of the morning air rustling through the tops of the trees can be heard as our hero lies fast asleep on his bed. Small grains of sand filter into a small bucket above him. The bucket drops suddenly with the weight of the sand, triggering Maddog's complex new invention. Oh, F4 is save. Okay, start. Alright, we just saved. Now we should be able to load. Okay. We're good. We have a save and a load. Oh! That sudden splash of ice-cold water has awakened Maddog from a restful sleep. Stretching with sleep-filled eyes, he looks at his new clock, and wonders why he ever invented it. Okay, we are now playing the game. It is now time to start the timer. And I can walk. All right, look at me. Look at this. Look at me. Look at how awesome I look. I look so awesome. Look. This is where Maddog spends his dream-filled nights. The bedroom is sparsely decorated with shelves, not sleeves, on the east wall and a small dresser against the north wall. There's a hand-woven rug lying in the middle of the floor, giving the room a homey look. Okay, let's look at the shelves. How do we up our speed? Normal. Look at shelves. On one of the shelves rests my sword. The other shelves hold extra blankets and linens. Take sword. Maddog takes his mighty sword from the bedroom shelf and admires its fine craftsmanship. For a moment, Maddog then carefully sheaths it. Point sound! Take the blanket. Maddog looks at the blanket and says, what am I doing to send smoke signals? Okay, let's open the dresser.
Punch Lenny in the back of the head.
Maddog looks over the assorted clothing and replies, I think what I have is fine.
Oh yeah!
Okay. Is that it? I just have a sword and that's all I need. Okay, well, all right. I feel like I feel weird that I didn't get anything. Make bed. Not sure what you're talking about. Dresser. Solid oak dresser. Carefully lifts the vase from the dresser. It suddenly slips from his grasp and crashes to the floor. Looks down in disbelief at the awful result of his clumsiness. Whoops! Oh no! Not that glass. Oh man, I broke it. I broke it. I broke it. I broke it good. Let's see, can we leave? Oh, look, it's our house. I will say the artwork for this game is interesting. Solid oak table sits corner of the kitchen. Let's take bread. Oh, I didn't get a point sound. I was expecting a point sound. Was the sword seemed to be a point sound, but I didn't. When I just got points and I didn't get any sound. Take bowl. Look. Smell of hickory smoke rises from the black cast iron stove. The east wall of the kitchen, an oak table in the corner, and a small cabinet stands against the west wall. Look at cabinet. Against the west wall, it has a small wash basin that rests. Take basin. Use basin. Wash. Use basin to wash. Okay, whatever. Whatever game. Whatever game. Open stove. It's too hot to grasp. Okay. It's F7. I have a loaf of bread and a sword. Oh, open cabinets. Yeah, I got a mug. I got my favorite mug. Not just a mug, my favorite mug. I like how I only have one chair. And what is this? This looks like a rocking chair, but it rocks the wrong way. That is what it is. That is indeed what it is. All right. It's a rocking chair that rocks. It's called a sway chair. This is my, I don't know what this is. I thought this was a kitchen, but it's definitely not a kitchen. This is my antique shop, Mad Dog explains to himself, apparently. Odds and ends and just plain junk cover the tables and walls of the shop. A metal scale sits on the counter and a full suit of plate armor stands against the wall. A small mechanical device sits in the middle of the counter. What are you talking about? What? Look at device. The series of gears, cranks, and pulleys make up the whole of Mad Dog's latest invention. It's called an automatic beer server and was built for Frank, the owner of Pete's Pub. Small lever is pulled down, which releases the arm, sliding the beer down the counter, down the bar to the customer. Pull, lever. Okay, I don't see open box. The box here. Look in box. Take gold. Yeah, I got gold, baby. Take lantern. Oh, I can't take the shop's inventory, even though it's my shop, apparently. It's my shop, but I can't I can't take the inventory. That would be horrible. Let's try. But what if someone wanted to buy it? But what if somebody wanted to buy it, Brave Star? Huh? It's part of the shop's inventory. It must stay here. Oh, look at me. Let's save as O2. Leave shop. I don't know if I can save more than 8 characters or not. Like, it's a DOS game and it's usually limited to 8 characters, but I can go this way. Beneath the shade of the woodland forest, a small elf is playing his flute. This seems very familiar. Talk to elf. The small woodland elf stops playing and looks at Maddog. Can you spare a morsel to feed a wandering soul? Give bread to elf. I got the point sound again. It's apparently a point sound that only plays sometimes. Maybe for really important things. He then begins to talk. Thank you for your kindness, my good man. To show my appreciation, I have something for you. He takes from his bundle a small bottle of liquid and offers it to Maddog. Take liquid. While looking into the grateful eyes of the one to the elf, Maddog gently takes the bottle from his hand. He smiles at Maddog and says, now I must be on my way. Perhaps we shall meet again. Goodbye, my friend. As Maddog begins to say goodbye, the elf vanishes before him. Uh-oh. Is that good or bad? I just got a random liquid of mystery. Liquid. Let's see if we can die. Oh, I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. The heck? I'm confused. What? How did I get lost so easily? Okay. That was... Oh no, I gave him the bread of vanishing. Yeah, it's from Game Crafters. I think it might be their only game. I don't know. Well, I went west and somehow I wound up in a weird spot. Let's go this way. What's
That was
this way?
garbage.
A thieving pirate advances with a very menacing look. Maddog looks at you, wondering what to do next. I don't know how to fight.
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Oh, fire. We do it with fire. You know, face the right direction, dude. Get wrecked. Get wrecked, you nerd. I'm going to beat you with my sword. Nailed it. Where do I need to be then? Oh. Nothing of value. Okay. Okay, you can swim. That is no. Oh, the body's gone. Oh no. Okay, there's nothing here. Search rocks. Climb tree. No. What happens if I put it on fast? That's not even that fast. I thought fast is going to be faster than that. Whee! What if I go down? Can I go down here? Oh, now I'm here. Look. There's a small woodland stream running, turning a wooden water wheel. The miller, an old-timer named Willie, is sitting on a chair carving away at a piece of wood. Talk, man. The miller looks at Mad Dog and says, how can I help you? Ask about wood. How can I help you? I don't know. I don't know how you can help me. I can take this hammer. Take hammer. What is this? It's an axe? Take axe. The miller notices Mad Dog looking at the axe and says, Mr. Williams, if you really want the axe, I can sell it to you for 10 gold pieces. I only have 5. Can I just like fight him? Let's see what happens. Fight. Oh. No, I don't want to practice. It lets me practice. I don't want to practice. I guess I open door. Aw. Look, stump. There's an old stump. Battered by the relentless chopping and the pounding of the miner's axe, or miller's axe. Oh, Pete's Pub. It's Pete's Pub. Oh, it's not owned by Pete. The bartender looks at Mad Dog and says, well, Mr. Williams, I hope you remember to bring the new beer server you were making for me. Oh, I gotta go get it? Oh. Okay. I didn't realize I was supposed to bring it. But hey. Let's go get it. All right, now we can deliver it because we're an inventor. What's the S word? Oh, it says score. I guess you can't see that. Let's actually move that logo down. Let's put it here. Actually, we'll just put it down here. There. Then you can see the score. Mad Dog places the invention on the bar and asks Frank, the bartender, to come over and test it out. Frank anxiously grabs a mug from the shelf and places it in the bar in front of the server. He then puts his hand on the lever and says, let's give it a try. After the lever is released, they are both disappointed to see the mug only go about halfway down the counter. Mad Dog looks at Frank and says, oops, looks like the main spring needs to be adjusted. Adjust spring. Maddog quickly tightens the main spring and says, that ought to do it. Let's give it another try. Frank hands Maddog some money and replies, here's the 8 gold pieces as promised. As Maddog looks in disbelief at what just happened, 2 large men get up from their chairs with menacing looks. One of them says, that there was our captain, and you knocked out. They begin to advance toward him. Then they pause a moment to see what his reaction will be. Okay. I got attacked. Fight. Did I die? Oh no. Frank, very upset at what happened inside, boots Maddog through the open pub door. I mean, was that really my fault? After being kicked out of the bar, Maddog picks himself up and brushes his clothes off. Like, I feel like that wasn't my fault. I'm sorry. I can buy an axe now. I have money to buy the axe. Look at sign. Pete's Pub. No one knows why it's called Pete's Pub since the owner's name is Frank. There's also a small note. Read note. No. Closed for repairs. Oh. Well, there you go. I broke the bar. Look. Small cottage home rests upon the eastern shore of Marinor. Dirk, one of the village residents, sits on some rocks by the beach. Talk to Dirk. Dirk turns to Maddog and says, hello, Mr. Williams. Great day for fishing, wouldn't you say? I haven't caught much today, but I remember the time when old Frank and I were down by that old cave a few years ago. That reminds me, I saw some men in long dark robes headed that way. Strange times have come to Marinor. Anyway, old Frank and I cast our lines into the water and we're just sitting and talking when all of a sudden Frank's pole near bent in two. Frank grabbed his pole and started to bring the fish in, and all of a sudden Frank disappeared right into the water. I thought he was going to drown. I yelled at him to let go of the pole, but you know Frank. He was gonna ride that fish to the bottom if he had to. Well, a few seconds later, Frank popped up above the surface and started yelling about getting the boat. So I jumped in and rowed out to him. I saw blood in the water, got worried that Frank was hurt. He said that he had cut his throat and needed help getting it in the boat. Cut its throat. So he pulled it out of the boat, and it was a monster. You've heard about the sea monsters around here. Well, I think that Frank caught one. Just at that moment, Dirk's line gets taut, and Dirk turns his attention back to his fishing. Okay. Okay, it's locked. Alright. Good story. Good story. Here's where that pirate was that I wrecked. Oh, here's a cart. Small broken down wagon lies half covered by trees. It seems to be missing a wheel or two. Take wheel. Look in cart. Looks like there's something in the cart. Maybe rope? It is rope. Yoink. I mean, it's not really a yoink. I haven't really yoinked anything yet. There's been zero yoinkage. I feel like I should probably... Should I buy the axe? Probably. I got some points, so I guess that's good, right? I don't want to steal things. That's wrong. That's wrong. It sounds like there's not going to be much in the way of yoinkage in this game. Can't steal anything, right? Okay, why am I in the woods? I feel like this may not be right. I feel like going in the woods now is not the way to go. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but have I explored everywhere? Got the cart with a rope. Got an axe. Well, let's check my inventory. I have a sword, a potion, an axe, a short cotton rope. That seems like in my favorite cup. I can go this way. What about this way? Oh, there's a cave. Oh, he mentioned the cave. He mentioned the cave. 06 cave. Maddog looks down at the girl, his soul filled with dread. Several men in robes surround her, preparing to sacrifice a beautiful maiden to their evil god. No! Suddenly, the cave is filled with a blood-curdling scream as the high priest drives his knife deep into the maiden's chest. Then everything turns silent. Maddog gasps in horror at the sight. He looks at the men in robes and can see them staring back at him. One of them says in an evil voice, well, well, it looks like we'll have two for dinner. Maddog is quickly captured by the robed men and falls prey to the same fate as the lovely maiden. Hey, I died. Okay. Well, there's a death. That was a very nice death tone. Restore F5. So either I need to do something or maybe I need, let's try drinking the potion. Drinks the bottle of his nose and breathes deeply. Coughing, he says, I wouldn't drink that even if my life depended on it. Or depended on it. Throw. No, I don't want a fighting practice. I want to fight. Throw sword. Kill robed men. Look. Yell. Yell at me. Ah. Okay, well, we have an amount of time to do something, and we obviously didn't do it. So, not sure what to do there. Maybe we don't have what we need. I'm guessing maybe we're supposed to invent something. You know, we're an inventor, but I'm not sure what. All right, well. Need to call the hint line. I thought he wasn't there anymore. I didn't think I saw him. I guess he is there. Cottage home. Dirk, okay. Take vine. Yeah, I don't see a need for it. Maybe I need a robe. Maybe I can blend in. You know, maybe I can blend in. Maybe if I get my own robe, they'll be like, oh, you're one of us. Okay. Boo picture. Take picture. We have a picture of ourselves. Nope. All right, can't take any of that. Take shoes. The ones I have on are very comfortable, thank you. All right, can't take the shoes either. Saltpeter bowl is made of one of the finest smiths in the king. Take bowl. Use bowl. Needs to be more specific. I have no reason to use the bowl. Maybe I should throw the potion. Look potion. Let's look at it. Hairy, scary, monster repellent. Okay. It's monster repellent. You think that's for swimming? Maybe we need to swim. Maybe we should give it a try. See what happens. Yep, okay. That kills us. Alright. Alright. Well, we know now. Takes out the bottle of repellent, sniffs the liquid. I'm not going to wear this unless I really need to. Okay. Maybe we do it here. Well, apparently, I'm just fine with dying. Apparently, that's not where we use it. Good to know. Apparently, being eaten by a monster is not needing to use it. So there you go. I call that add a dingus counter.